Alright guys, here it's Ryan from First Timer Overlander, I guess. So what I've got is a 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, the 4-door version, I guess you know that. Brand new, all I've done, I put the decal on the front there. I put some steps in for my wife. I put my fire extinguisher to go riding with the Orlando Jeep Club, and changed my antenna out. That's all I've done so far. Now, I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube about building your own shelf back here to cook on, a tailgate shelf. So that's what I'm going to do today. I took off this panel. Let me get it over here. Took off this panel off this back. I haven't seen a video about the TL yet, so this is a brand new 2021, like I said. So this panel comes off right here, and it exposes these three mounting points for something. I don't know if it's for this table or a table or what, that you can get from Mopar or straight from Jeep. But anyway, so I'm going to use those holes to mount this piece of wood. I just painted kind of tan color, I don't know why, but so I'll get the this mounted up here. I got some screws, I'll put that on there, and then with these piano hinges, I'll mount them on the bottom, and then I'll mount this other board this way, like this, on here, so it'll fall down. And then I went to Lowe's and got a bunch of screws and stuff for my top carrier thing. I'll mount, take the top off, mount it up on the roof here. I'll do that, a video on that one too. But I'll use this paracord here to make just a hole on the bottom, hole on the top, and run a cord, and that'll hold it from obviously falling all the way down. And then I'll fabricate some kind of little latch to go on the top, so when it's up that I'll hold it, or I've got a magnet and I can use a piece of steel and a magnet to put over there in the corner. So anyway, I'll get a tripod set up where I can show you guys what I'm going to do. All right guys, so got the tripod set up where you can kind of watch what I'm doing here. One thing's important when you get ready to drill these holes, measure them, because they're not the same. Like this one is 9 1/4, and that one is 7 3/8 or something. So I'm about to see if my measurement was right. So I had some screws but I went and bought some metric ones, M6, I think you can see that, 1 inch by 50. We'll see if it works, so it depends if my holes are right or not. So anyway, I did measure twice. However, it's going to be good for my first video thing here if it doesn't work, so that'd be hilarious. Let's see. So I know there's screws are the right size because I've already dry fitted them, make sure those right. The first one in there, and then let's see if I can get another one in there. It's going to be good. Good. Nope, it doesn't look like it's going to line up. It might though. Let's see. If it doesn't, I'll do something else. The hole's too big, I mean too small. I drill it out a little bit. Yep, stand by, I get the drill. All right, so we got the drill back here. Let's drill this thing out a little bit. It's just a little bit too big. I mean, too small. So I want it to slide in, but I want it to be tight, so there's no rattling back here. But it was pretty close, so that might work. So let's see. Okay, now the question is it going to line up? Well, I might get lucky. Okay, that's good. Now what's the chances of 3 out of 3? Ha! I have not tried this yet, just to let you guys know. So, you can see it back there. And, whoa! It's going to fit! Yes! Let me get a wrench. Alright, sorry about that. Toolbox over there, I didn't have the camera up there obviously, so I'm gonna tighten these down. We're just using this ratchet on. I mean, I could have got a ratchet, but I'm just gonna use this, it's a ratchet wrench that has a ratchet on the back of it, so just gotta tighten it down. I was thinking about taking this plastic thing off, but no need, I guess it's gonna work fine with it on there, so I'll just slowly tighten all these down. Hopefully these screws will be the right size. I didn't know what size to get, so I had some laying around and they didn't fit, so I went and got more. So we'll tighten this down. The board's kind of got a bow in it, so I'm trying to take the bow out of it, so we'll see. And there's a long bolts, but it's not going to have much weight on this. Obviously, maybe just a stove or something like that, but we'll put it in there, see what happens. At least they're going in. That's good. Oh yeah, that's going nicely. First try, I mean, you got, like I said, measure those. I went down from the top 2 1/4 for that. So because that gave me just enough edge here to cover it, cover that little lip that's on the plastic there. And then on this side, you can see I stopped. I got the camera here. You see I stopped about. That's probably about 1 inch from this other where that plastic comes back out. So, all right, just keep tightening these all the way down. I don't really know how I'm going to do that paracord. Actually, what I should do is put that on here before, or I'll come back. I'll put this on here for now and get it all built, and then take it back off. Put that paracord on there to hold it. I'm going to put a piece on both sides, I think. Make it look better, I guess. So, get this all tightened down. Not all the way, but most of the way, just so I know what I'm going to do. And then we'll put those hinges on the bottom. So, all right, some stuff obviously you've got to be real exact with and measure it, like those holes, because you only get one shot. If you're going to screw the board up, then you're going to have to turn it over or use another piece of wood. So with these hinges, I got 2 of them because they didn't have the board I used. To give you some dimensions here, is about 27 3/4 by a foot, and then the other one, and that's and it's, let me show you how thick it is. Also, it's probably 1/2 inch plywood, and this one looks more like a 1/4 inch, but I think they're both half inch actually. Let me see. So. Yeah, they're both 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1/2 inch, and this one, this is just stuff I had laying around, so that's what I'm using it for. So it's 12 inches also. So I'm gonna put that hinge right here, 2 of those hinges on here, and that'll be it. And then just fold it up like that, and put that paracord on each side to hold it in place. So. All right, let's open these up here. Comes with little screws, very little screws. I don't know, I might have better wood screws than that because these are very, very small. You can see what it came with there. They are really small. So you get this thing opened here. I guess you could buy a 30-inch and cut it down, but then you have to worry about the pin inside and all that stuff. So these are only like $6 a piece. I think the you know, the bolts aren't very expensive either. So if I just put this here like that, or I'll have to figure out how to do it. I think I'm just going to put it like this. Then I can screw that in the bottom. No, I have to put it on top. So put that like that. Put one on each side, and then it just folds up like that. And then, like I said, to hold it on top, I'll fabricate some kind of little hinge. I got some extra steel that I'm going to use to make my side shelf. That Cheaper Jeeper is. I'm taking his plan from him. Looks like it'll work great on mine because I've got those connectors on the side of the roll bars also. All right, so I'm going to put this on here. We'll put these on the side. On the bottom here, I mean, these screws are really, really small. I don't know how much weight they'll hold. I guess you can put enough of them on there, they'll hold. I'll just use them. Looks like they go in probably maybe a 1/4 of an inch. They're really small, but let's try it anyway. All right, so we'll just screw them in there. I'm just gonna put this across the bottom, no particular place, and then I'll put the other one right next to it, because I think I got 2 of them. They should fit. Well, should, you know how that works. Sounds like the neighbor's building something over there too. Brian, he's always doing something also. All right, so just gonna see here real quick. So I got 2 of them. It's 24 inches, so if I just leave a little bit of space in the middle, I can put them both on there. And just make sure you put them on the right way, because you want it to hinge down. I did see one online that a guy did it on the top, and then it just, like, he hinged it on the bottom and he folded it up, but he used like locking hinges. Like, there's some shelf hinges you can get that go on there too, but that's just another expense, so I didn't want to do that. So I'm just going to put this on the bottom here, like this, across the bottom. Then I'll put the tape, and then I'll put the other board on top, on next to it. I'm going to try to make a little mark here how far I'm going to put these in, so they'll kind of be the same. So I'm going to look maybe an inch or so from the corner, and then an inch on the other side. Maybe that'll work. So, well, maybe 1.5 inches. Come in 1.5 inches from each side. 1.5 inches from each side. And I'm just going to put it right on the bottom. Maybe just a little bit, just, you know, just right on the bottom. Oh, it should work. So let's see what happens here. This ought to be really simple with these small screws, right? All right, can you see that? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put them all in there. Just pause. I need to paint this other one though, also. Screws we put in there, the stronger it'll be, right? Oh, well, it didn't come with enough screws. 6. I got 5 left. Well, I guess I'll leave one. Oh, there's 2 more. Okay. Never mind. All right. I'm going to put a coat of paint on this, and then I'll be right back. All right. So I'm back, and what I did was instead of taking the whole thing off again, I just drilled a hole in here and put a piece of cord in. I'm gonna use this to tie board down that I just painted, letting it dry for a second. But I'll put this other hinge on here while I'm letting that dry. And hopefully I cut this cord long enough, I don't know. I just guesstimated again, of course. I'll just tie a knot and it shouldn't go anywhere. That's good, and then when I get the bottom on there, I've already got a hole in the board. Hopefully, that'll be good. Then I just gotta figure out about this top thing here. Let's put this other hinge on here. Nope. Yeah, I screwed up, like I said, I screwed that hole in the top there instead of taking it all off. And I'll make sure I tighten those bolts down because I didn't want to take it all the way back off again. Not that I'm lazy, but yeah, whatever. All right, so I'm just gonna line this up. I'm just gonna eyeball it. It's gonna be all right. About 1.5 inches from the end there again, and about where I had it before. All right. I want to try to get the same, close to the same anyway, so let's put this up here a little bit higher. Alright, I guess I could stop the video like a lot of people do and fast forward or whatever, but I'll show you in real time. Most of the things I do, maybe I have to make it like part 1, 2, and 3. I'll still do it in real time and try not to. I know if somebody else is trying to do something, I like to watch the whole thing. So anyway, not that you can't put your own screws in, but so a lot of people are probably saying, "Listen, man, you just bought a $40,000 Jeep. Why not spend?" I think Rugged Ridge has one for $80. Then I've seen them up to $300 for a table. But I have the pieces except that hinge right here at home, so I'd rather make it myself anyway, because then more satisfaction, right? So, and also I can change the design later if I don't like it or whatever, you know. Anyway, so that's why I'm making my own. And that gives me more money to save up for tires and wheels, because I got to get those too. So the only thing I've done is put those steps on the side and a couple of decals. But I did go out riding the other day, thanks to DJ and Rob with Orlando Jeep Club for the first time with stock tires and rims, and I only got stuck one time. So that was pretty good. Yeah. There was one hill that I couldn't go back up. That was up at Citrus. I couldn't get up that real big washout, but besides that, I went everywhere they did, and they had 33s, I think, or 35. So anyway, so there's the top one on. So I get the bottom. It should be dry by now. All right, dry enough. So well, hopefully, yeah, that's gonna be perfect. All right, so this will go here. I'm gonna line these up and get these screws out of the package. Hopefully, we'll drop them all. Let's see. I'm just gonna screw this on here and see what happens. First time try, and then second time we'll fix it. Put the corner ones in first, just to see if it's gonna work. And to hold it in place, so we'll see. Pretty simple, actually. Like I said, I saw this on Cheaper Deeper. That guy's, he's got a lot of cool ideas. Said that next one's going to be the shelf in the back, which just goes straight across the roll bars. But let's check this fit real quick and see if it's going to work. Hopefully it will. So, boom. Kind of off. But I'll put this rope in there. That'll hold it. Let's see how far off. That's pretty good. It's good enough. All right, once it gets locked in place there, I think that's going to be just fine. Then I'll build a little hinge. Actually, I might use that magnet. I have a great magnet. There'll be some metal up there. So I'll go ahead. That didn't sound good. We'll put these other screws in here before we do it. I did tighten those bolts back down. So we'll put all these back in here where it doesn't make that popping sound anymore. I'm just starting on this. I've got my son Rio's Playtime for kids. If you have any kids, he's got some pretty cool videos. He plays a lot of Minecraft and does things with his kids, with his friends. But I'm gonna try to piece all these videos together. I don't know anything about video editing or anything, so if it has 2 or 3 different parts, it'll all be about making the same thing. If I can't figure out how to do it, I do have a neighbor that's a photographer. Maybe he can help me edit it together since I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so I think if I maybe I should put a rope on both corners. Like I said I was going to do to begin with. So let me just do this real quick. So what I'll do is drill another hole up here. Just be careful you don't drill into that back. Good as I'm going to measure that. Okay. Yeah, very good, but it don't matter. All right, so I'll get another piece of rope. I'll thread that one. All right, this was like the cord I got from Lowe's. Also, I think it was like $6 or $8, something like that. Blue Hawk. So anyway, so I'll thread this other one through here, and then we'll get that one. I'm just using a nail, push it through. That kind of came on. There we go. All right, so pull it tight. I'm just gonna eyeball it because it's not really doesn't have to be perfect. So actually, I'm gonna hold it up a little bit. Make sure you put the knot in it higher than you want it. Then if it has any stretching, it should like that. All right, there we go. Oh, there we go. That should be good. That should be perfect right there. And I'll put another one behind it. Just to make sure. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. I did see one guy made it, and he used gorilla mounting tape, but the problem was I had this plastic cover on here I didn't want to take off. So when I took it off, that's when I found those bolts, and I was like, oh, that's great, I'll just use that. So let me put another hole here. We'll just guesstimate about the same. Beautiful. Vacuum all that up. So we'll put a piece in the top and guesstimate on this. So I will do it about, I don't know how long that is. Let's see. About 23 inches or so. Should be good, and then we can just tie the knots in it. Use my trusty nail again to push this through. So just pushing it through there. Camera see that? Yeah. Push it all the way in, and then we'll come out the back, and hopefully I can grab it with the nail. Yep. All right, cool. I got it. Got it. I'm gonna tie a knot in it and pull it back through, and then tie the bottom one. I'm not gonna tie this one close because if you waste too much, you might not have enough to go all the way through. This one, I'm just gonna put one knot. It should be plenty to hold it. Yep, and then we get plenty of cord for the bottom. Push it all the way back through there. Just gonna get down here and kind of eyeball it again. And we're gonna just wrap up here. Just make us a knot and let it sit and see. I mean, that's perfect. I mean, I'm pulling down on that pretty hard. Oh. Put one more below it. And then we'll figure out what we're gonna do about the lock on it. We'll lock it up. All right. There we go. I'm gonna cut just cut a little bit off the bottom. Alright. Okay. So there we go. I mean, heck, that's really strong. There's nothing. I think I'm going to use one of those little single butane cooktops. So that right there is plenty strong for that. All right, now we got to figure out what we're going to do with how we're gonna make a latch. Let's see. I've got some just some small, well, it's like about, it's not even an inch, I think a half inch steel rod here. What I can do is just make a little simple latch. It'll fold over and grab on this lip right here because it's just a little lip there. Or the magnet. Let me see the magnet, see what we can figure out about the magnet. That's a big magnet. I bought a CB, so if anybody's looking to get a CB next, the JL body is mostly aluminum, and you're not going to get it to stick. I couldn't find really anywhere on there to get it to stick, so I scratched that idea. So here's the magnet that came out of it. So what I can do is just put it here, and or actually, I wonder if I could I could put it up under there, maybe anywhere really. I think I'll just put it in the corner here. I'll mount it in the corner, and then I'll just get a piece of this steel. I think I have any more bigger than this, but just a piece of this steel, cut it off, drill a hole in it, mount it on the other side, and obviously that'll hold it up. That's really tight. All right, and then I'll come back and then I'll just kind of review what I did. All right. Or actually, let me just show you. I'll just do it and show you. First of all, I'm gonna take this screw from this antenna out of it. I tried to unscrew it, but it wouldn't come out. So get a pair of pliers. I'll get it out one way or the other. Okay, there we go. So we'll get rid of this screw, and let me see. It's got a couple slots in the inside here. I think I can just take a couple screws, because it's not going to be like you're going to hold it. It's not holding up much weight. Let me get this screw out, and then I'll mount it on there with 2 screws and a couple of washers, and then I'll mount a piece of that. This flat iron that I got, or flat steel, I'll cut a piece off and then mount it on there. All right, let me get all this set up and get it ready, and then I'll show you how I'm going to mount it. All right, guys, back. Got it all cut out. So all I did was cut a piece of that iron off, that steel, just 3 inches or so. Drill 2 holes in it. Now I'm going to put that on the corner. Put this down a little bit. So screw that on the corner. Match that up with the magnet up top. And that's going to be my lock to hold it up. We'll see if it works. I don't know. like I said, I like to just do things and then think about it later. No, not necessarily. We'll see. It should work. The magnet's very strong, so I'm not gonna worry about painting this or anything. So I'm gonna put this piece of steel on here. I think these screws might be too long because they might go through all the way through. Let's see. Probably. All right, let me see if I can find some more screws. I put this magnet on here though with these longer screws because it doesn't really matter. The top, nothing back there really. So, oh, you know what? That Torx head, I forgot. Let me get the Torx head to fit this screw. Never know when you're going to need a set of Torx screw heads. These, I don't know why I even bought these Torx screws, but one of the things you get home, I think actually it had the Torx head in it in the package, which was pretty nice. But anyway, we'll screw this down here. And then I'll get a file and file the back of that off because that would hurt somebody. See, I put pretty good pressure on that thing too, and it didn't even move, so I mean, I think it'll be just fine. All right, so now we want to find out where we want the magnet. I guess I'm gonna have to put it right there. Oh, let's see how this is gonna work. Oh my gosh, that's strong. Yep, all the way. Oh, that thing is strong. I guess I'll just put it all the way to the top with this again. So, straight. I'm just gonna put it this little. Let's get those little indentions in there. That should do it just fine. Let's go a little bit further down. Well, yeah, let me put it down just a little bit. It doesn't really matter because the whole thing needs to be. I'll put it right there, just where it's just under the lip. I'm just gonna go through the plastic in the back. But 90% will come off anyway. Hopefully it never comes off. There we go. I'm gonna put two in there, even though one would hold it, but all right, here we go. Will it work? Maybe. Yeah, it's gonna stay, but think about the angle it. Just actually hitting the screw and not hitting on the top part at all. So maybe, I don't know what I'll do. I'll just turn it sideways. Just use your brain, Ryan. So take this off. And that's just a drainage hole. We'll just turn it sideways. Talking about trying things so something works. Ooh, well, that's strong. That is a strong magnet. I'm gonna actually move it over this way, where hopefully that screw will hit right in the middle, and then it won't interfere with it at all. It should be good to go. Let's see. You're lucky. Boom. That ain't going anywhere. Just trying to think. That should be fine. I mean, that's pretty strong. I think it'll get magnetized. As long as only thing else I need to do is just get a. I can use an air drill. I mean, an air saw and cut these off, or just get a file and file them down. But anyway, so you can see that it wasn't that hard to do. I did it maybe an hour once you get all the wood cut and everything to put it together, maximum. So, I mean, I think I spent $7 a piece for those. That's $14. The cord was $8. A few bolts here and there were $3 or $4. That's it. And then I had everything else. I had spray paint. I had the boards, and I had the magnet. If you got to get another magnet, it's probably a couple of bucks to get a magnet. I saw a bunch of them at Lowe's too, if you need to get a magnet. And that's it. There's a table, and that saved me anywhere from $79 to $2.99. And if it breaks, or if one of these cords breaks, I just replace it. Maybe I'll double up if I need to. But anyway, all right, so I'm going to start the YouTube channel. Hadn't come up with a name yet. It'll probably be something like Florida Overland for Beginners, or Jeeping for Beginners, or something. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Ryan, and we'll see you again. Like I said, the next one we're probably going to build will be a shelf that Cheaper Jeepers built. I got all the stuff today. There's actually holes back here, pre-drilled, that have the nuts already inside on both sides. I'll have to relocate the fire extinguisher. That's not a big deal though. It's just a Velcro when I put it anywhere. And I'll build that shelf. So stay tuned. And as I continue to build the JL, I'll make more videos. I'll try to show you how I do everything that we do for beginners, because I've had 5 or 6 Jeeps, but I've never had one stock like this that I've had to build from scratch. So the steps were pretty easy. I can show you those real quick if you want to see. They come pretty simple. I mean, there's just brackets here you put on, you belt it together, and there's one up under the bottom. Very simple installation on those. That took maybe 20 or 30 minutes aside. You use the stock mounting holes for that. It's very simple. I'm also, like I said, I'm going to build the hoist up on the ceiling in the garage to lift the roof up, and I'll make a video for that showing you how to do that. There's a lot of those already online. There's one good one about a guy that bought an ATV winch from Harbor Freight, but I just got these straps for like 14 bucks from Lowe's. So I'm gonna do mine with just ratchet straps. And then I just got the eye hooks also. So we'll put 4 of those up there and use the straps like that. Anyway, we'll go through the videos and I'll show you what I'm doing as I do it. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.